What's going on, guys? Just, me being me. I kind of like opening up my vlogs and some of my videos here with me being silly. Making funny faces and saying funny things. Anyways, I thought I'd do a vlog. I haven't been doing near enough of these lately. I know you guys haven't been saying too much, but I know you've been missing the vlogs. A couple of you have been saying something, but I know you guys usually miss them if I don't do them, so here I am doing it. So you might wonder what I was doing with my upload quality tests. If you didn't catch the point of those, the main thing with those was, I got a owie on my forehead. Don't know how I did that one. But my main thing was just to see how much different uploading RAW was compared to my render settings that I usually use. And the render settings I usually use kind of suck. They're good for big videos because they make them uploadable. I mean, I'd be a week trying to upload a video as long as half of my vlogs if it was a RAW file or most other formats. So I mean, it works for what it is, but now I know if I'm doing a short video and I don't have to edit it, just upload it raw because it's a lot crisper. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys. Those of you who commented and everything, that made it definitely a lot easier. I guess I should have made you or said something to let you guys know that I am somewhat aware of the limitations of YouTube and stuff like that. Like you can only do 720p, that kind of thing. But whatever, that's here to there. That's not very important. But yeah, I just wanted to thank anybody who helped me with that. Now I know I'm going to play around a bit more with that. But I also have a couple other things on the go. I downloaded cyberlink PowerDirector 13, which is what JVC recommends, or what they give you with your camera to use for software. I don't know if 13 is the newest one, that's all I know. Anyways, it doesn't look like it's Sony Vegas, that's for sure. It doesn't have near the features, but if it can render the video and I can do some basic editing without being so hard on the quality and maybe dumbing the size down a bit, I might go for that instead. Otherwise, I'm still looking at other options. I miss using Camtasia Studio, to be honest. I used Camtasia Studio there for quite a while, and I found it is a lot easier to trim up and stuff. Like Sony Vegas isn't too bad for it, but it's a lot more time consuming. Like I found with Camtasia Studios, like if you want to break a clip into two, it's just bam, like you just right click and enter split point, done. Your video's going on for far too long, so you want to make an end point, again right click, bang, end point, start point, stuff like that. You can do some of that with Sony Vegas, but again, it's not as easy. And I don't know, I just found Camtasia was a lot more user friendly that way, and it came out with decent videos. The problem was, why I don't use it anymore is because where I use a JVC camera, you need something that can render in JVC format. Don't worry, there's nothing wrong with my mustache, just looks like it. Anyways, for whatever reason, Camtasia Studios cannot read MOD files. Oddly enough, I can do it in Sony Vegas. I thought it was a codec thing, but maybe it is still, I don't know. All I know is I can't upload directly into Camtasia Studio. So then I have to convert everything or render it and then send it over, and then I lose my quality. So, it's kind of a hit or miss on that one. So I'm going to have to expand on that a bit and fiddle around with it some more, just so I can, get a little more confident with my settings. And if not, I might also try thinking of downloading Magic's Movie Maker, I think it's called. I know Vlogging Life there, he uses it quite a bit, he said. I've heard him mention it any number of times, and he seems to have good luck with it. It seems to be, up there with Sony Vegas for high quality. So I might check that out as well. You know, for making movies, it might be better. You know, being called movie maker or whatever. But that's just a theory. Again, you know, I just don't know. Do my videos have to be the very best quality? Well, half the time, no, they don't, because I'm just rambling and staring at a computer or camera like I am right now. But there are times when I'd much appreciate it, and I notice a big difference with the motion, like, you know, bouncing around. Raw files weren't near as bad for stability, I found, as rendered files. Oddly enough, my rendering, whatever it is in my rendering that does it, is causing it to be less stable. I don't like that. Stability in my videos is very important to me anyways. Shaky the camera guy gets on my nerves. He really pisses me off, and I just want to backhand him and tell him to fucking hold the camera right. Well, that's that anyways. In time, that'll work itself out one way or the other. I mean, my upload quality isn't a huge deal. It's just something I've been playing with and trying to get sorted out, trying to make it so I can make videos a little bit easier, and, you know, edit, render, and all that a little quicker and easier, because that's usually what ends up being my time killer and why my videos don't get up half the time. Anyways, main reason for this video. Happy Tuesday, by the way. It's Tuesday, if that matters. It's a day of the week. One of them. It starts with a T. Anyways, I hope you guys find me as entertaining as I do at times. Sometimes a lot of people get my sense of humor, but fuck them. Fuck them if they can't take a joke. As you can see, we're well into fall. See, most of the leaves are gone. It's November 3rd today. By the way, Tuesday, November 3rd. But yeah, most of the leaves are gone off a lot of the trees. Like, this apple tree is pretty much bare. You know, I actually mowed the lawn the other day with my garbage pick lawn tractor. As you see, it kind of leaves some lines. I think it digs in on one side, doesn't mow so good with the other. But the belt's also super slack, so it might be just that the doesn't have enough gumption to do it. But anyways, you might notice some differences in here. I mean, it's still a fucking mess, but it always is. This is me we're talking to. You might remember there's a slight difference here. Barbecue used to be there, in between the garage door and the man door. And it was always in the fucking way. But I just couldn't find anywhere better for it. There wasn't enough room. Well, I made some modifications, and boom, there. Now it's on this side of the door. Much more room. Makes much more sense now. If you remember, there was my flammables cabinet there. Don't worry. I still got it. It's just not right here. 1 second, guys. There. I had a seed in my mouth. It was in the half down the back of my throat. That could drive me nuts. I'm sure you guys have been there, done that. So, from here, we go over to here. You remember at one point, this was actually where my computer was. Well, I moved over my drawer sets, a couple tools there. I got to clean up all the sprays and Bondo and oils. But I moved that over from right there. And actually, if you look closely right there, you might notice, hey, there was a full wrench set there now. Actually, 2 full wrench sets, standard and metric. I would have liked to done it the pretty way, so you know they all hang kind of different, but a lot of these wrenches aren't exactly right to each other, so it wouldn't be perfect anyways, and you know what, I don't fucking care as long as they work. Not only that, they're gray wrenches. I don't know, you probably won't see this, but give it a try. Oh yeah, you can kind of see gray Canada. Anyways, any of you know gray tools, they're fairly high quality. And lifetime warranty. So I got those there. That kind of accentuates the rest of my wrenches I have there, which there I have. This is actually a long set. It was on sale because there's a 7, an 8, a 9, a 10. Or is there even a 10? I don't think there is a 10. I think it's 7, 8, 9, 12, 12, 15, 17, 19. They fucked up and they put two 12s in the same pack. Anyways, it was really cheap. It was like $5 or something. So I said, you know what, you can't go wrong. So got that. And they're actually longer, I find, than most wrenches. They're not, they're a little bit longer. That makes a big difference. And these are my two Mastercraft Specials, Mastercraft Maximum stubby wrenches. And then I got a Sky set over there of full double set of stubbies too, again standard and metric. I actually got the Sky one first, and then these were on sale for $10 each, like next week. And I said, "Fuck it, you know what? You can never have too many. There is the odd time you'd need two stubby wrenches, and what a pain in the ass it would be not to have it." So now I got them. I got more wrenches than I know what to do with anymore. I mean, I just showed you all that. I still have my set at work, and I have all these wrenches here. Not to mention, I have little sets everywhere. Like this has some wrenches in it, and that set there, and behind that blue box, that has a bunch of wrenches in it. So wrenches everywhere. But actually, I know you guys will be laughing in a way, because unless you keep up on my vids, you wouldn't even notice the difference in here. You'd think it's just a big fucking mess, but it is. I mean, I'm not denying that. It's definitely a big fucking mess, but it's progressing in a certain direction. Now, if you look along the bench, there's a lot of other crap. All that crap got cleaned up and swapped with other crap. I'm slowly processing a lot of nuts and bolts and washers. You see all these washers. I had enough washers, barely, to fill. I don't even think it filled one of these drawers in the drawer sets. And there's one up top, these tiny little drawers. I think it's still in there even. Well, all the nuts and bolts I've gathered over the course of the last year or two, started going through them all, and there's just a shit ton of washers. A couple things in there, so it's supposed to be. But yeah, some of these are rubber gaskets too. I guess I'll have to take a quick run through this. I didn't put them all in here. I had one of my buddies helping me. Sometimes when people help you, they don't know what you want. It isn't their fault. I can't blame them for helping. I can just blame me for not telling them. But anyways, I mean, I can keep going. But there's so much of this stuff. Like, I got so many everywhere. Like, oh yeah, I forgot about those. I'm gonna see. Buddy I gave the other ones to, I gotta see if I can give him these ones. These are metal lathe blades. So, there's that. Bolts. Need any bolts? Got lots of those. There's more there. And then here's my larger nut collections that I'm starting to get going. Again, these combine with other collections. Like these bolt collections can combine with that bolt collection. And 2 or 3 drawers of bolts over there. And bolts, and more bolts, and screws, and nails, and fucking washers, and nuts, and bolts, and screws, and studs, and fucking this, that, and the other. It's a long, fucking arduous process, guys. I'll tell you, cleaning up in here, because I keep bringing this shit home, and really I should sort it and deal with it right away, but of course I got so much on the go that I don't. And then it builds up and builds up, and then I spend hours and hours trying to get this shit sorted out just enough that I know what I have and make it usable. But, I mean, all them nuts and bolts I just showed you, that's got to be, probably $50 or more, Go buy them at the store piece by piece, or couple by a couple, 5 each or something. Adds up real fucking quick. Anyways, besides that, here's the bench. I don't show you my table much because it's always a fucking mess. And, well, you don't need to see that. Cleaned up. You might remember I was saying I cleaned up over here a little bit last time. Well, you can see I cleaned up a lot more. I got most of the stairs cleared. I got this bucket of metal bits over. I got all the recyclables stacked up here. Most of the crap out of the corner that needs to be. You might notice, hey, wait a second. Oh, well, you didn't tell us this. Yeah, I painted. You might notice it's actually a little brighter in here than usual. And that's why. Because I painted. Unbelievably, I decided to take some old paint that I got in one of my runs and mix her up, and it actually mixed up, which was something I was worried about, but it mixed up, and I slapped her on the wall. There she is. That was took about all day Sunday, I think, but or Saturday. Oh, excuse me. Fuck, dead duck here somewhere. But yeah, I painted the wall all white, and I tell you guys, I don't know how much on camera you'll notice, but it makes a huge difference in here as far as brightening the place up. In time, here in the next little while, I'm going to finish insulating there and along that wall on top, and then probably even over around this window and whatnot, and try to get some drywall or some kind of whiteboard on there to reflect more light, and then I'm either going to paint or drywall, whiteboard, something, insulate. Oh, pardon me. The ceiling up here, so that you know, I can have that much more light reflection, because wow, what a difference, guys. Like, again, you might not see it on camera as much, and with the truck in here you don't see it as much, but I notice it even without it. Like, I'm just in awe and amazement of it. Well, the old truck's in here, as you might notice. I got the tire off. You probably can't even see that, it's kind of dark. Anyways, the old bitch has been giving me some issues. Ever since I ran it out of gas, it's been spitting and sputtering. Usually only at idle, and usually only when it's warm. Once it warms up, it seems to kind of smooth itself out. So I figured it was fuel filter. So finally I got it in here, grabbed a fuel filter from work. Well, actually I grabbed two because the first one was clogged, or half clogged. But I got the second one in there, and sure enough I fired it up and it's still doing it. So I checked my codes, because it threw a code or it's been throwing a code for a while now, but I haven't checked it. And it was the camshaft position circuit sensor fault thing. So anyways, I reset the codes, tried again, pops right back up right away. So it looks like that my cam sensor rig, I forget what they call it, but anyways, that thing's fucked. And probably, if you remember that squealing noise you've heard that my truck makes sometimes, I keep saying it's a bad belt. I don't think it's the belt. I think it's this rig. It's like a distributor. It goes down into your engine, kind of hooks to your oil pump, or at least your cam gear, and runs off that. But it might be seized up or something. I don't know exactly what's happening with it, but it's getting worse. And you can hear this horrible noise. If that's what that is, that's definitely a spun bearing or something in it. So I think that's going to be the beginning of the end for the truck for me. I'm not going to dig into that. But in the meantime, I figured I got to get some other stuff dealt with, because if I end up getting rid of it, or even if I keep it, I got to do some of this stuff because it's just getting undrivable completely. So I hooked the starter back up. You can now start it with the key. I know that's a crud on my lens. But yeah, that's been an ongoing issue for quite some time now. I broke the bolt, but in behind the bolt, it's like on a little metal flap. I kind of bent that out, pushed the clip in behind it, hammered it in. I'm going to put a little dab of glue in there to hopefully hold it. And it's a cheap, quick fix, but I really don't want to buy a starter, and well, I'm not going to buy a starter. And, you know, if it's that quick and easy, why not, right? Also, I have replaced my gas tank straps. Get a little more distance here. I need a selfie stick, or better. I guess I gotta just start using my tripod. But unfortunately, it's out in the other truck. But yeah, what else did I do? I replaced my fuel filter, I fixed the starter, and last night I got the gas tank straps replaced. Not fun. That was a bitch of a job. I ended up actually taking a socket to the temple, and right there, temple of your head, whatever you call it. Anyways, I took a fucking socket to the head pretty hard because it threw off the impact gun. So that wasn't any fun, needless to say. Kind of hurt, but got a little bruise today. But no worse for the wear. I'm tough. They don't call me pretty, that's for sure. Yeah, so that's that. As far as repairs go for this, I think that's going to be as far as I'm going to go. I think I'm going to just gob that glue on there, stab that tar back on, and call it a day, because I have no need. I can't do too many vehicles at once. I got the Jeep, I got the other truck. Having this truck too, just trying to keep up with all three of them is gonna keep me in the poorhouse. Not to mention, it's just a total pain in the ass trying to keep three vehicles on the road. Four if you count the woman's car. That's a whole other story. But anyways, I thought I'd just give you guys an update and let you know what's going on. Show you some of the progress I made over the weekend and whatnot. Hope you all had a happy Halloween. I forgot to mention or drop a video for that or whatever. I saw Rickham's video. Looked like he had a good time, that's for sure. He's got quite the setup in his shop. Fucking Halloween rave. It's kind of funny because rave scene seems to have died here, but I heard it's still big in Ontario. Well, it's still around anyways. I don't know how big it is. Anyways, I've been talking for 20 minutes straight, guys. I gotta stop talking. Hope you enjoyed the update vid. Some of you have been saying you're liking these longer update videos that I just kind of ramble on about what's going on. Probably sick of the driving videos to an extent, because that's all I did for the longest time. So, hopefully this is a nice change of scenery. And, stay tuned. I do have plans to fall asleep right now. I mean, to make more videos, and hopefully some better ones in the near future. Now that the time change happened, I have no time on the weekends or evenings to do stuff, so unless it's stuff in the garage. So you'll probably see some more videos popping out from me, and I won't be as busy all the time because, well, I don't have to constantly be working because it's not summer. But that being said, just I'm still busy as hell because I'm me. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. If you have, right on. If you haven't, well, hurry up and do that, would you? And yeah, hit the like button, the subscribe button. Feel free to comment. If there's something I've said that you want to comment on, or maybe you just feel like saying something today, feel free. I always comment back to my comments. Might take me a couple days, but I always get back to my comments. I always go through every single one of my comments. And the only reason I might not respond is if, like, you say, like, something, somebody was like, hey, that's cool, or something, Can't really respond to that, but anytime anybody asks me a question or anything, I always try to respond. Anyways, guys, I gotta get back to work and eat some lunch because, fuck, it's already, I only got 20 minutes to get back to work, so I gotta eat grub. Yeah. Jeez, the gap is getting bigger. I'm a gap tooth.